If you're shopping the compact SUV aisle this year, the 2026 Honda CR-V deserves more than a casual glance. It's a small package that plays quietly to a lot of practical needs. At its core, Honda gives you two clear personalities: a conventional turbocharged CR-V for straightforward, efficient driving, and a hybrid that's tuned for better mileage and a slightly more engaging, electric-assisted feel. The hybrid setup pairs a 2.0-liter Atkinson Cycle 4 with two electric motors and a battery pack to deliver about 204 horsepower, which is enough for relaxed highway passing and city runs. Without feeling strained, under the skin, there are sensible engineering choices. The non-hybrid models use Honda's proven 1.5-liter Turbo 4 with around 190 horsepower and 179 pounds-ft of torque, paired with a CVT tuned for smoothness and fuel economy rather than the hybrid swaps in the electric motors for a more linear, quiet delivery. And combined fuel economy figures can reach the high 30s to around 40 mpg in city. Driving when you opt for the sport hybrid variants, that combination is the CR-V's big selling point. Decent power for daily life, plus very competitive fuel economy when you choose hybrid. Honda also leaned into versatility with a new Trail Sport trim that actually makes the CR-V feel more purpose-built. Trail Sport brings a tougher look, all-terrain tires, and a suspension and styling kit meant for light off-road use. And importantly, Honda offers that rugged treatment with the hybrid powertrain, so you don't have to sacrifice efficiency for a more adventurous aesthetic. If you want a compact that can handle dirt roads or snowy driveways without looking like an afterthought, this trim is the answer. Inside and in day-to-day use, the CR-V hits the practical notes very well. Passenger space is generous, rear legroom, and overall passenger volume are class competitive, and cargo capacity is one of the CR-V's strengths. Roughly 39.3 cubic feet behind the second row, and expanding to a large, useful bay with the seats folded for weekend gear or larger loads. The hatch is wide, the floor is low, and Honda's clever packaging means you get useful storage nooks and an easy liftgate height for loading. Tech and safety are very much in today's language. A modern touchscreen infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on many trims. Available digital gauge clusters, wireless charging, and a suite of driver aids under the Honda Sensing umbrella: adaptive cruise, lane keeping, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and more. Honda generally bundles a lot of those features earlier in the trim ladder than some competitors, so you get more bang for your buck in terms of standard safety tech. The user experience is deliberately simple rather than flashy, responsive screens, logical menus, and tactile controls where you expect them. On the road, the CR-V is tuned for comfort. The suspension soaks up potholes and highway expansion joints without fuss, and the 106.3-inch wheelbase gives the chassis a composed, planted feel at speed. Steering is predictable and weighty enough to instill confidence, but not so heavy. You have to wrestle the wheel in tight parking lots. If you're after sharp handling or a sporty ride, pick another vehicle. But if you want a composed SUV that's easy to live with every day, the CR-V strikes a very sensible balance. Towing and payload are modest, which matches the CR-V's mission. With the right equipment, it'll tow up to about 1,500 pounds, fine for a small trailer or a compact camper, but not built for big boats or heavy trailers. If towing is a regular need, that's something to consider. Otherwise, most owners will never come close to the limit. Value is another corner where Honda aims to win. Base prices start in a competitive band for the segment. The LX begins around the low $30,000 mark, with well-optioned hybrid and higher trims moving into the mid-$30Ks and beyond, depending on packages. Honda's strategy is clear. Give you a sensible standard equipment list, and then a few aspirational trims like Trail Sport or Sport Touring Hybrid to chase if you want more capability or luxury. For many buyers, the mid-range trims hit the sweet spot for features versus cost. There are a few trade-offs, to be honest. About the CR-V's CVT can drone under hard throttle. And if you expect a sports car feel from a compact SUV, you'll be disappointed. The styling is a little conservative compared with some rivals that push flashier lines. But those are also the things that help the CR-V do what it does best: comfortable daily driving. low running costs, especially with the hybrid, strong usability, and broad appeal. If I had to sum it up in plain terms, the 2026 CR-V is a thoughtfully updated compact SUV that favors practicality and efficiency over theatrics. The hybrid brings the best headline figures, real fuel economy improvement without weird compromises. And the Trail Sport gives buyers a genuinely more adventurous option without having to leave the CR-V family. For families, commuters, or anyone who wants a low-stress SUV that's cheap to run and sensible to live with, the CR-V remains one of the most complete choices in its class. Would you pick the 2026 CR-V Hybrid or Trail Sport? Comment below.